everyone. My name is Alessio. I'm the founder and CEO of Forward Fooding, and I'm super excited to have here today Monica Navarro, co-founder and creative director of Delicious and Sons. Thank you first and foremost, Monica, for taking the time to get this interview. Can we start with you introducing yourself and what Delicious and Son creates?
Okay, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I say that I'm a food activist. I really believe on changing the things on the food scenario. That's why this is my second project as an entrepreneur, and I really changed from my first one just because I wanna create a positive impact on people and the planet through these inclusive products that we create, and always thinking from the Mediterranean to the world. This is a kind of a way of explaining myself. I'm really passionate about what am I doing. I'm really passionate about being an entrepreneur. I love it, and I really love the way that in food tech the woman is taking like a huge step, but it's still really something really tiny. Even in food tech, you can find more men than women. Then we have to continue like digging to find more women like that are ready to be in a place in food tech.
Big time, Monica, and this is changing already as we speak. So I think it's a testament that something big is actually happening in this sector, and I can't agree more than with you about the fact that we need more women, to actually get involved in food tech. And I think you are the living testimony of the fact that you can actually build businesses that actually are thriving, and this can inspire hopefully also more women to get involved.
Oops.
Yes, I think so. I'm very I'm very well I very well believe that that's the case. Can you explain us a little bit more about what actually Delicious and Son does and what your products are?
We are and we believe that we are being part of this movement for change, improving the lives of people, the planet, and all living things that inhabit it through delicious, honest, healthy, and of course, sustainable food. It's a led, purpose-driven, sustainable food, creating a positive impact on people and the planet, as I told you before, through these inclusive products that we create: organic, vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, non-added sugars, paleo, keto, that respects a wide range of eating habits. It's something that is happening nowadays in all homes. I mean, when you are now having lunch, well, now it's difficult with COVID, but having lunch or dinner with friends, every time more and more you find different diets and different opinions about food. And it's great to have a brand that really believes that can change this. That's why we don't say that we don't have the flag of organic or the flag of vegan. We say that we are an inclusive brand, thinking of all of these certifications we have, that it gives you this wide range of eating habits, and then people that can use it. No, our strategy basically is to create this positive impact and covers the entire value chain from seed to jar. We carefully consider our impact and how to improve sustainability every step of the way, which is, I think, for us, that we are a tiny company. Imagine if we can do it. This is always my thought. If we can do it, why the big ones they are not working to do it, no? And we say always that cooking a better world, no, shaping this sustainable future for an action plan for the planet, no?
That's awesome. I love that, Monica. It's and especially the analogy about the kind of David and Goliath thing, because you're right. I mean, if all of us can do a little to actually improve our food system, this can actually happen, right? And that's where I think there is in your words there is a lot of passion for sure, about you
Always. It's the only way to survive as an entrepreneur.
fantastic. And I always love to actually dig deeper into where this whole, I guess, company, started. Can you tell us a bit more about where did the original idea for Delicious and Sons, came from?
Well, we have been, I mean, I'm a sociologist. I have been always working for international multinationals. And one day I decided 15 years ago to be a food entrepreneur because I realized that this was my passion. I want to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what to do. And I say, okay, food is one of my things really that it comes with me. I really enjoy and I really believe that I can do something. Then I have been a food entrepreneur from the last 15 years. And this is my second food project. When we knew when we launched Delicious and Sons, there was a different way to do business. The food sector was moving and is moving very, very fast. And we saw that consumers demand more consumers than the classic or the conventional distributor channels. But the consumers' demand on topics of healthy food options and sustainable brands was outpacing what was available in the supermarkets. We market research for 18 months, both in the US and in Europe, and invested in innovation to create our new range of products that are, as I say, inclusive or certified organic, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, non-added sugars, all of. And our objective from the beginning was to become a certified B corporation, and it was born into our DNA. That makes a huge difference, as again with the big companies, no? And it was at the values as a company. It helped us a lot to try to follow the path of the B corporation to help us even build all of our value chain. And now we have been certified for B corporation for 2 years, 2 years and a half. This is, I think, is the most important seed of the starting point of the idea.
That's awesome. So it really sustainability
Totally.
and really being cautious about how you produce your food is really being at the very forefront of what Delicious and Son in the early days was all about, and I guess it still stands for. And I guess B Corporation um, approval has also been I think a testament of that, isn't it?
And it has been super difficult. It take us a long time, like 1 year and a half or two to be certified. And I think it has to be like this, because if not, it's nothing. It's not such a like a stamp that you buy and you pay for this and you have it. No, you have to have it in your
Yes,
in your essence, which is, it makes a huge difference.
for sure. Fantastic, Monica. Thanks for sharing that. It's I think it's very inspiring to hear also the journey that you guys have going through to actually become a B Corp. Speaking of journeys, can you give us like a highlight? Looking back at when you started this company, can you tell us what is a moment that kind of stood out?
Well, I have two moments, two completely different, one from the office and another one from the Mediterranean, which is a place that we make grow our vegetables. But one of the things is we organize every year. This year is going to be the third Mediterranean beach cleanup. And we say it's tri-dimensional because we do the beaches, we do the sea bed of the water, and then with the scuba divers we dive into the water. And the first year that we organized this, it was like amazing because we saw that much more that, of course, we recollect a lot of garbage, but much more than the pounds, the kilos we recollected. It was the importance of making the people conscious of our impact, and then our amazing planet, no? The only home we have. And this moment, the first year we organized, we were like, I don't know, like almost 200 people plus volunteers. It was amazing up in the Costa Brava. Now in April we are gonna organize a tiny one, but in Barcelona, the 21st for Earth Day. In fact, that we are gonna plant 300 trees in Nepal in a project that we collaborate. But at the same time, the 21st we are gonna be in Barcelona, in Barceloneta, organizing a beach cleanup, and the huge Mediterranean beach cleanup we organize in the Costa Brava is going to be again the 18th of September. But this is, wow, this is an amazing day that I can't forget year by year, about the consciousness, people of all ages. It's pretty amazing. And the other moment, it was when we were working for the value chain that we have. And we realize this sentence that we say, we have this triple impact food strategy. We say that we control from seed to jar our impact, and realizing this, it was pretty impressive. From the seed to the lands to everything, like the kilometers, the distance between the lands and the factory, how much CO2 are we gonna, it's like, this was amazing because you have it on your brain, you have it in your strategy, but until you don't like draw it, and we realize that we can say this from seed to jar, we have a positive impact on our planet. This was really like, it's still for me, it's like, wow, I feel like my body is shaking a little bit. It's pretty impressive. Furthermore, much more because we are tiny. This is what I'm always saying. If we are tiny and we can be so conscious, why don't the big players don't do it? It's a question of money, no? That's the shame. But I think everybody can do it if they feel it, if they have it on the essence. They can work for it. Definitely. I'm pretty sure.
Amazing, Monica. Again, I love actually the sound of all of this. So I can't agree more with you on the fact that each of us, can do their own share to really make our world a better place, and most and foremost, as food entrepreneurs, make our food system better, right? Especially when you can control, as you said, from seed to jar, the whole process and the whole impact you can have if you scale this, at the bigger level. Then you can see how much positives you can create. Fantastic. Thanks a lot for sharing this. And then we've talked about all the journey that you've gone through, and I guess lots of hope has been put at stake to actually make it happen. So what are your hopes for the future of Delicious and Son?
From a business point of view, it's to make Delicious and Sons a household name, a brand leader in the Mediterranean food. From a holistic point of view, it's to make a difference, a real difference. It's not greenwashing, a real difference to raise awareness of the pressing issues of our time: climate change, food waste, and how companies like other B Corps can create positive impact, and show that private sector and for-profit companies are not evil, and can be for the benefit of society, for sure, as a whole, and for the betterment of the planet, without doing any harm, or even the other way around, doing good.
Amazing. And as a woman, I guess, who started the company, how have you found being a woman actually has shaped up your journey into breaking into this sector?
I'm gonna say just one word: alone.
Okay.
No,
Can you tell us when you actually started, Monica, the company?
The company Delicious and Sons started 2016, and it's a young company. And we have another one, the previous one, it was the Deli Shop. It was a retail business completely different, but it was more like a niche brand, a gourmet food brand, completely the opposite of what we have done now.
Wow. So it was alone. Alone as in, I guess, back in 2016, yes, there were not many, I guess, women who followed your path. But anything else you want to add on, or maybe like any advice that you would give to your younger self if you were to start this again?
Forget that they are women or men, it doesn't matter. They have to fight until the end. And especially they have to fight for a better planet if they feel it. It's the only advice. No matter if you're a woman or if you're a, no matter, you have to fight. And especially if you want to be entrepreneur, you have to think that you have to work from Monday to Sunday, non-stop. And at the same time, having your own life because you need it, no? Then this is the thing you have to fight. And I'm not gonna say you have to fight as a man or a man has to fight as a woman. No, you have to definitely fight with the power of passion at the end, because without passion, I don't think you can do the same things. It's like,
Big time, big time. I think you said, when you have a calling or you feel that that's your calling, then you need to go full on with it, right? And that's where fighting and I guess struggling at the beginning is part of the process, isn't it?
it is.
Fantastic. We're just gonna fire. I'm just gonna fire another couple of questions to you, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Um, so, undoubtedly, Delicious and Son is a company which embraces sustainability. We talked about it earlier. So, what are some of the main issues that currently facing the world of agri-food tech, and why do you think innovation is important to actually solve them?
As I say, climate change is one of the most important, if not the most important issue the planet is facing right now. And the food sector is an integral part of this issue, as both as a polluter and a contributor to the problem, as well as a resource to make changes and fight against the negative impacts of climate change. And there are many different areas that affect food sector. I mean, sustainability in ingredients, organic, plant-based, et cetera. I mean, one thing that I have friends on plant-based protein now, that the problem that we find now is that the majority of them are not organic certified. But you think, okay, I'm gonna have this burger that is plant-based, which is great, but at the end it's not organic. And it's something that I think they have to evolve. They have to innovate really quickly, because at the same time the consumer is not thinking this. The consumers, when you talk with the people, I know that because right now we want to launch, for example, a bolognese pasta sauce with vegetable protein, of course. And it's much more than impossible to find an organic certified um, vegetable protein, which is, I think the people doesn't, when you say to the people, okay, this is a burger, a plant-based burger, or the any substitute of plant-based, the people think that this is organic. And I think that this is a misunderstanding that is gonna really, really difficult to communicate against this, and not just for all of the vegetable protein. It's going to be for the rest of the brands, because at the end the consumer is quite confused, and this is the worst thing that could happen. Then for me, the sustainability in ingredients, especially on plant-based, they have to accelerate on the innovation, and they need to put them. When you buy now a burger, for example, that is plant-based, is not organic. And when I say this to my colleagues or to the people that we were working with, is like, wow, this is a surprise. I was thinking I was buying organic, this, and it's not. Then I think it has to be really quick, because it's going to affect all of the organic brands that we work on plant-based, not then sustainability in packaging, new materials, FSC paper, recyclable and recycled materials, circular economies. The problem with that is that it's super expensive to use these kind of materials, and the governments and the EU, they need to do something. They need to help us, to help of all of the brands that we really try to be completely sustainable. For example, we are now plastic-free brand, which you can imagine what a nightmare it is, because it is. At the end, when you send a pallet, when you send the products, you have to use this kind of wrapping plastic paper. This was the last thing of the chain, but it was there and it was really difficult. And all of this is money. And I think we need to have any kind of help from the European governments, of course. Then food waste is the other thing. And I think there are players that they are doing excellent work on this, on the food waste and emissions, which is something really, really difficult to change for me. And I see every day.
Fantastic, Monica. Oh wow, I feel we've opened like a world of problems that, however, are being tackled by people like you, which is great to hear. But yeah, I'm with you. I think we need to accelerate a lot on how we can actually tackle really these issues with innovation. So just a very last question in regards again to the future. We always like to talk about the future here. What is the most excited? What are you most excited about the future of food and food tech?
Innovation. They need to things are moving so quickly. The ability to create new products, to surprise the consumer with innovations that not only were not able just until a few years ago, but we weren't even considered possible or thought about as a possibility. No, what excites me most about is the positive impact we can all have on the planet with regards to this climate change, from going to organic, to reducing animal consumption, new innovations in packaging, recycle.
That's fantastic.
A lot of work.
I feel like
a lot of work
to do that, but yes, I think are really exciting developments, and I'm with you. They will become the new norm. So
yeah.
ultimately, with people like you working, in these fields, we can actually make a difference. Monica, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today. It's been a great pleasure to interview you, and we'll publish the video very soon over YouTube.
Perfect. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.